communication. And I put myself right in the middle of this circle. If we were upset about what happened Monday night, we could have communicated more clearly with EDC about why it needed to be, but it almost seemed clear because it was in the council meeting. Just miscommunication. That has to stop. I did. Just so when the gossip starts, these are the facts. I did immediately when I heard the decision started. I texted Marvin and I said I want it on the ballot. That was the straw that broke the camel's back for me. But I will openly admit, I did not have all my facts. And I didn't know because it had been presented as though this should be paid full-time, on both sides. Oh, we can't find quality help, we need to keep him. And so I was getting both sides. And then when it was turned down, I did make the assumption, okay, here we go. That's it. Y'all refuse to extend financial relief to us and keep putting it back on us. I did not have all my facts. Possibly that was a knee-jerk reaction on my part. But the good thing that has come out about this is I have done a lot of research this last week. And so now I have a lot more knowledge. And if they say what is true is knowledge is power, then watch out, because I'm about to start taking action. And I say that jokingly, just because of all the commercials on PBS, because I have no cable. But
want EDC to pay for that? I want to say that because I was very serious, because I felt like something had to stop, something had to change, and so it came to this. So I'm sorry that you're not with your family, but I do think in the long run this will be well worth it. If we want to play with the big kids, we have to be prepared to play with the big kids. I'm going to challenge EDC to possibly do some restructuring. Make sure we have all stakeholders involved in EDC, because it's the business people that are the biggest stakeholders, because they need their businesses expanded. We don't need just new businesses coming in. We have to keep our current businesses inflated and running and profiting, because that profits everybody. So I want to encourage you to do that, but there are always going to be decisions that fail on every single council, committee, and everything, and as we see from our forefathers. But we can do things smarter so that in 29 years, when the new council is up here, they are not having to work so hard at fixing our mistakes. So my biggest thing is, if we're going to play with the big kids, we have to change our mentality and we have to be prepared. That's all I have to say. Thank you. You sure?
John?
I think you have another page over there.
But jump in there, John.
I want to clear up one thing since the cheap shot stuff. There has been people going around saying I was trying to kill EDC. I never was trying to kill EDC. I wanted to make it a board just like the fire department, just like the police department, just like water, just like the city works, everything, where we give them a budget, and I'm a little looser than Joe is. I'd like to give them $300,000 because I watched for so many years what they did with that $300,000. That's about all they had all the years that I was going to EDC. And everything that they're talking about that's came in, with the exception of grants, that was all done under that umbrella. QT was done under that umbrella. All this stuff was done under that, They barely have their money back by the next year to do anything. But, you go to the River Oaks flooring, that whole front was redone. Keep Steel, that was all redone. Nearly every one of these, the big grants, parking lot, what was in bus, it's not there no more. All of that was done when they had a little window of money, now they got $500,000, and they got $235,000 that they expect to get back if they ever sell the property. So that's, you know, $700 and something thousand that they got. So, you know, I look at things from a simple way. You write on the board what's most important to this city, and I know they want to do building for the police department. We can't afford that right now. But we gotta have policemen. They're driving around with 3 cars sitting back here, because we don't have police. Money's not gonna be the only thing that solves it. It will be part. But if we keep a good staff, a happy staff, that will draw all these policemen in, maybe our still short pay, the staff, and the amenities we give them, because they do all get their own car. They don't have to get in a car Dan's been in and you're sitting in the back seat, you know. So, I mean, I just look, we put all down, okay, how much money we got for police, how much we got for fire, how much we got for administration, and we just keep going down, and then we're out of money. And I just look at this like, if I went to my dad and said, hey, my plumbing was my dad, you know, but my plumbing went out, Dad, can I have some money? And he comes and pays the plumber, and then when the plumber's walking out, he walks in to see what's done, and he sees my new big screen TV and my new couch. He's going, well, where'd you get that money? Well, I had that earmarked for over here. EDC doesn't pay for roads. Neither does TERS. That's who would pay for the lighting and everything. So we kind of got too committed. TERS doesn't have nothing in it right now, so it's hard to bring that up.
What's in it right now, Mark?
But
It should be 100,000.
yeah, but, you know, the citizens ask, can you get businesses better? And EDC has done a good job with a little money to do that. But that money was getting better, was supposed to go to help us with property taxes. And we keep voting tax increases, and, you know, I've had to finally fight mine, because they're charging me like I had a new house. I don't. I moved my house to my property. And it has gotten ridiculous how high it is when I haven't done nothing to it since '92. So, a little bit, I would prefer that we let the citizens vote for this, and that we have our community meetings, and we all state our case to them, and I'll live with whatever they choose. They say they're worried about what's staff going to do with the money. Well, this was a staff change, supposedly, that was sold to us at the community center, that this is to protect the citizens, that we don't get goobs up here, you know, running the city. We talk about the city manager to protect us. And, you know, if we're not going to trust the city manager to protect us, no matter what, then we got to move on to something else. But, I mean, my thing is, let the voters decide, y'all make the case. I was against the city manager, form of government, not against Marvin, the city manager, form of government. But I've done, you don't say that, well, I've done everything I can to work with you. I haven't done anything to try to undermine this system. I've done everything to try to make it work. And I would be, if the citizens said, no, we want to leave it alone, because I'm looking at, if you count that property, by December, if y'all won't spend no money, y'all have $1 million. And then we're going to do budget and tell them, okay, yeah, we got to raise your taxes to the maximum Texas will allow us again.
Can I just ask you to clarify, how are you getting from the 500 to the million?
He's counting the property on
I'm counting
that,
the property
and the 300,000 we're going to bring in over this year.
over the whole year. Yeah. I'm counting the property.
The 250.
Yeah, or whatever it is. Whatever, I don't count it as 250, but I got it at 225.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's,
Right, okay.
so,
Because I thought maybe you were talking about the strip center, because it's been paid back.
I'm talking about the other things.
Initially.
Yeah. And y'all want to be paid back for it, and that's, you know.
Right,
So,
yeah.
that counts as what you know, that's what's in your bill phone, in my mind.
Yes, yeah.
From my simple perspective. But like I said, right now we got a problem. This would fix it if we stay on staff to be responsible, which we have. You've been one of the ones, you know, grabbing the pennies from. This won't be a problem. But like I said, I want to give EDC more than